Welcome back to the newest news that's new to me. I am Dennis Anderson of the Corrumpere Vox News Network, and we have an update on the goings-on in Corrumpere 5. Totally Not Treason was sworn in as the newest member of the Pyrrhus Hive Scholar Council, and we'll join them now in the illustrious halls of the Pyrrhus Hive Macro Junior Learnatorium number 306. The council, of course, meets in the Instructicator's lounge.
So, the first order of business, we will review the Scholar budget from last year and discuss one of the major issues facing the PHSC. As you all know, we've had a big problem last year with truancy. Of the estimated 30 million students that should be attending our Scholar, we have had about 7,000 actually show up. And most of them were here to break into and loot the building. How do we actually get children to show up to our institution and actually learn? Mrs. Johansonius?
What if we organized a bake sale?
I think this was a mistake. I'm getting one of my drones to sit through this for me.
Wow, that was incredibly boring, and not the least bit interesting to our extremely short attention span audience. Well, how about this? War! Haha, that got your attention, didn't it? Yes, Governor Gregg has announced a new initiative that he calls the Big Push Down. You may already be familiar, but citizens are able to apply for licenses of reclamation and lead their own gang, militia, military, or paramilitary units down into the depths of the Underhive in an effort to reclaim territory that was long ago deemed ungovernable. Governor Gregg states that if someone bearing a license of reclamation recovers and secures any of the lost territory, they will be first in line for the office of prefect of the new territory, or they can simply turn the territory over to the planetary government for management in exchange for a monetary reward. Since the announcement, ambitious types of all kinds have been trying to grab their piece of the Underhive, from imperial officers looking for a chance to earn glory for themselves and their regiments, to the lowest Hive Ganger scum. The initial areas that are open to conquest are the Pyrrhus Depths, where there are rumors of gene stealer activity, the Plague Wards, where a hideous contagion has transformed many unfortunates into bloated, sickly green mockeries of humanity, the Brine Wastes, where pickle waste products have been dumped and so-called pickle zombies have been known to frequent, the Reactor Fields, where there is plenty of radiation and deranged mutants for everyone. And finally, the Fungal Caverns, where feral tribes of greenskins have been gathering in numbers, potentially threatening the lower populated levels of the Hive. At the moment, the forces fighting in the Pyrrhus Depths are as follows. The Hive Gang, known as the Rowdy Boys, a group of Sisters Familias led by Aurora Anuvalde, as well as the Fluffgood Party Clan. The Plague Wards feature forces led by Totally Not Treason, as well as the Cadian 883rd. The Brine Wastes are currently being taken by the Alfarius Party, as well as the Gold Hawks PDF. Timmy the Tech Priest and more elements of the Fluffgood Party Clan are involved in actions in the Reactor Fields. And there seem to be a great number of people interested in fighting old Johnny Greenskin. Elements of the Rowdy Boys, Lord Ryland's Dragoons, the Scrap Hawk Gang, the Steel Legion 88th, and the Framlington Rifles, led by Commissar Rui, are trying their best to stomp out the Green Menace. There's also a so-called menial crusade that's been riled up by some zealot by the name of Nastor. We have not heard any reports yet on where they've gone or what exactly happened to them. We have some scattered reports of what's been going on so far. Communication is difficult down there, and you'd be surprised how few war correspondents want to delve into the depths of the Underhive, where fear and madness are your only companions. Reports state that Alfarius has successfully set up a base of operations in the Brine Wastes, and most of the intrepid adventurers stop in there before continuing their journey into the Pickly Abyss. Ryland's Dragoons fought a major battle with the Greenskins, and after some initial success, they were beaten back and forced to retreat back to the entrance of the district. Totally reliable reports say that the same fortress was eventually retaken by the Rowdy Boys. Commissar Ree and the Fremlington Rifles managed to take over an ancient church from the Greenskins. After having been defiled by the Xenos, rather than have it go through the long process of purification and re-sanctification, they simply turned it into a bar and called it the Thirsty Taurox. They also seem to be doing some major fighting in the Plague Ward as well. Fears are swirling about an orc by the name of Lugnut, who has been rumored to be attempting to restore a buried titan that had been used by Governor Sumalis in Coram Perry's most recent civil war. Our latest reports state that Totally Not Treason has established a museum in the Plague Ward, while the Cadian 883rd is using it as a muster point where they are going to attempt a major offensive against the heretical cults that have been festering there. The Fluffgood Party Clan has engaged with the mutants in the Reactor Fields and managed to take a number of settlements. They've been making extensive use of tunneling to connect the new settlements with the Pipe District, which is the heart of the party's voting bloc. We even have reports that they've managed to get one of the old reactors up and running again, and are further trying to connect the Pyrrhus Depths and the Reactor Fields with a tram system that they are trying to construct. Ho-ho! Construct and infrastructure! What won't those ferocious little guys do? Obviously, there have been some setbacks and some infighting amongst the citizens that have gone down into the depths to claim their piece of the very disgusting pie that is our abandoned Underhive. And some of you might find this distressing, or you might be worried that this venture might end in complete military failure. However, haven't you noticed the severe drop in gang warfare? Who would have thought that we could have solved violent crime simply by moving the violence to somewhere where the enemies are and not humans? Some are saying that these so-called licenses of reclamation were not intended to reclaim any of this territory. They were simply a way to reduce violent crime by giving violent people something to be violent against. Is it at the cost of thousands, if not millions of lives? Probably. But what solution doesn't have its cost in human misery? Well, best of luck to the boys and girls on the front line. They are certainly going to need it. We'll keep you updated on all the goings-on in the depths of the Underhive until you simply can't continue to pay attention any longer, and we'll move on to something else. I'm Dennis Anderson of CVNN, and I wish all of you the very best of luck as well.